Failure is a natural part of life, but it can be a difficult concept for children to understand and cope with. Whether they're struggling with schoolwork, sports, or friendships, how they respond to failure can significantly impact their emotional growth and future success. In today's video, we'll explore how to teach kids how to cope with failure, helping them develop resilience, perseverance, and a healthy mindset towards setbacks. By guiding your child through failure, you can empower them to bounce back stronger and more determined. Five tips. How to teach kids how to cope with failure. Tip 1. Normalize failure and reframe it. One of the most important steps in teaching children how to cope with failure is to normalize it. Help your child understand that failure is not something to fear, but rather an opportunity for growth. Reframe failure as a learning experience. Instead of focusing on failure as something negative, encourage your child to see it as a chance to learn. When they fail, you can say, "It's okay, everyone makes mistakes. What did we learn from this?" This shifts their perspective and helps them see setbacks as stepping stones. Normalize imperfection. Reassure your child that no one is perfect and everyone fails at times, even adults. Share personal stories of times you faced failure, explaining how you overcame it and what you learned. For instance, when I didn't get the job I wanted, I learned how to improve my skills and try again. This models resilience and shows them that failure is a part of life. Create an open discussion around failure. Encourage your child to talk about their experiences with failure. Ask open-ended questions like, "What was difficult for you?" or "What do you think we could try differently next time?" This shows them that it's okay to talk about their feelings, and that failure doesn't define their abilities. Tip 2. Teach them the importance of effort and persistence. Many children associate failure with their abilities or self-worth, which can be discouraging. It's important to emphasize that effort and persistence matter more than perfection. Praise effort, not just results. Focus on praising your child's effort rather than the outcome. For example, say, "I'm proud of how hard you worked on this project, even though it didn't turn out as expected." This reinforces the idea that trying your best is just as important, if not more important, than succeeding. Teach persistence. Help your child understand that success often comes after repeated attempts. Encourage them to try again when they face setbacks, and offer guidance on how to approach the challenge differently. Say, "You didn't get it this time, but that's okay. Let's think about how we can approach it next time." This builds their persistence and resilience. Use real-life examples. Use examples of famous people or everyday figures who succeeded after repeated failures. Share stories like Thomas Edison failing many times before inventing the light bulb, or a famous athlete who was cut from a team but kept trying. These stories show that success often requires hard work and determination over time. Tip 3. Encourage problem solving and reflection. Instead of immediately offering solutions when your child fails, help them develop problem-solving skills by encouraging them to reflect on the experience and think critically about how to improve. Ask reflective questions. Help your child process their failure by asking questions that prompt reflection. For example, what do you think didn't work this time? Or, what could we do differently next time? This encourages critical thinking and helps them take ownership of the situation. Guide them to find solutions. Once they've reflected on the situation, guide them in brainstorming solutions. You might say, what's a different way we could approach this problem? Or, how can we prepare better for next time? This empowers your child to come up with their own strategies, fostering a sense of autonomy and problem-solving skills. Celebrate the process of problem-solving. Acknowledge when your child comes up with a creative solution or demonstrates a new way of thinking about a problem. This encourages them to keep experimenting with different approaches, knowing that failure is part of the learning process. Tip 4. Help them manage their emotions around failure. Failure can bring up strong emotions like frustration, sadness, or anger. It's important to help your child manage these emotions in a healthy way, so they don't become overwhelmed by them. Acknowledge and validate their feelings. When your child is upset after a failure, acknowledge their emotions. You can say, I see that you're upset, and it's okay to feel that way. Validating their feelings shows them that it's normal to be disappointed, but it also helps them process the emotions in a healthy way. Teach coping strategies. Give your child tools to manage their emotions when they feel upset. You can teach them breathing exercises, like deep belly breathing, or encourage them to take a break and calm down. You might say, let's take a few deep breaths together to calm down and think about what to do next. Encourage emotional regulation. Teach your child that it's okay to take a pause when they're feeling overwhelmed. A brief time out to reset their emotions helps them regain control. Remind them that it's okay to feel upset, but it's important to move forward and try again with a clear mind. Tip 5. Foster a growth mindset. A growth mindset is the belief that abilities and intelligence can be developed with effort and learning. Teaching your child a growth mindset helps them view failure as a natural part of the learning process, not as a reflection of their abilities. Emphasize the power of yet. Teach your child to add the word yet to their thinking. Instead of saying, I can't do this, they can say, I can't do this yet. This shift in language fosters a belief that skills can improve over time with effort. Praise progress, not just results. Celebrate the progress your child makes, even if they haven't yet succeeded fully. For example, you're getting better at this. I can see the effort you're putting in. This reinforces the idea that growth happens step by step. Provide opportunities for growth. Offer your child opportunities to challenge themselves in areas where they may struggle. Encourage them to take on new tasks, try new activities, or stick with something even when it's tough. This shows them that growth comes from persistence and that failure is a part of the learning journey. Teaching kids how to cope with failure is an invaluable life lesson. By normalizing failure, praising effort, encouraging problem-solving, helping manage emotions, and fostering a growth mindset, you can empower your child to see setbacks as opportunities for growth. With your support, they'll learn how to handle failure with resilience and perseverance, and develop the confidence to keep trying until they succeed.